Okay, so let's wrap up the market week on the fixed income side with Bankole Odusanya, who is the head of fixed income at UBA. Bankole is live to us from FMDQ Exchange Place. Good morning, Bankole. It's good to have you here on the program.
Good morning, Boston.
Great. It's been a bit of softness in Treasury's yield for most of this week. Is that what you're looking at for today's session?
Oh, yes. What happened this week was that we received the federal allocations on last Friday. So within that space of 7 days, we've seen as much OMO issuances that we saw all through the month of April. In April, we had 3 issuances by the central bank to mop up funds because there wasn't much liquidity in the whole of April. But as we speak, in the first week of May, the issuance is to take out about 6 billion. Them has been very liquid, and we've seen treasury bills. For the bonds side, we saw a lot of action yesterday compared to the quiet we've seen in the last couple of months. There was a downward shift in yields on 2025, 2028, even as far as 2049. There were some orders, even though that particular bond is not trading yet. So basically, for now, liquidity driven, and then, you know, just as the news crept into the market yesterday about but in some level of confidence and going to believe that the bullish session, the bullish trend will continue.
Okay, so what's the general feeling, as it were? The central bank governor is getting a reappointment. So how do you think the market will take that moving forward?
Okay, it looks like what has happened is the pass mark on the FX regime, FX management regime. There's still a lot of room for improvement on the interest rate side. That is credit creation, and then, you know, the way the money market has fed. Basically, we do not see a sharp change in what the regime, the policy has been to tighten. Even though 2 months ago there was some ease. Reduction of monetary policy rate from 14 to 13.5. There's another monetary policy committee meeting coming up on the 21st of this month. It's one to watch out for, honestly, because with Emefiele being retained, what this implements is that having achieved so much on the FX side, they will try to do some, you know, easing on the side of money market interest rates. Basically, the call, especially from the Lagos Chamber of Commerce, is that rates should drop, such that credit will be created, and then economic activities will be stimulated. Basically, it's a space to work, like I said.
Okay, so on the bond side, what's your outlook on May Naira bond offering by the debt office in about a week from now?
Okay, what has happened since November, I repeat, is that the DMO auctions usually reflect market appetite. And usually the rates stop at where market is. Rates have gone down from as high as 14.8 to 14.3 on the offer yesterday. Rates dropped from 14.5, 14.4 levels to 14.3. We see this continuing today, even into next week, before the auction. The 2049 is going to be on issue again. It stopped at 14.8. Because of the high duration, I'm not sure how much demand would have for that particular bond. But for PFAs and long-term fund holders, these are quite attractive investment stocks.
Bankole Odusanya, head of fixed income at UBA. Thank you very much for your time. Have a very good day and enjoy your weekend, and see you on the program pretty soon from FMDQ Exchange Place. Let's touch base with the Nigerian Stock Exchange trading floor, where Andy Sako, who is a trader at Capital Care Trust and Securities, is live to us on this very final trading day at the equity side. So let's get Andy Sako into this conversation. Andy, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Carlson. Great pleasure to be with you again.
Okay, Andy, the big story as it came in yesterday was the reappointment by President Buhari of Godwin Emefiele for another 5-year term at the central bank. What's your take on this as a trader?
Okay, first things first. Yes, I think I can go ahead to give a congratulatory message regarding the reappointment. And I say that with every sense of modesty, because do recall that it's a recommendation to the National Assembly, the Senate specific, for a confirmation. I do expect that the Senate will confirm, but that's subject to their decision. However, let's take it on the whole that that decision is made and stands. So my congratulations to him as an individual. And I think the message that comes from this reappointment, to my mind, is carnal. And that's the fact that there's some level of consistency in the decision-making trust, I hope, of the president. And this, to me, is a good signal, to look forward to some level of consistency also in the direction of the economy going forward. So, yeah, you want to say why the reappointment, and then, of course, that assessment will be based on what his remit was, defined to be right from the beginning. And I do recall that the very first speech Emefiele gave 5 years ago was the fact that he was going to be saddled with issues around developmental finance economy. And I think to a large extent he has, towed that line substantially, not taking away the fact that he lost some shine, not necessarily because of what he sought to do, but the fact that the economy was plunged into a deep recession, along the line. However, of course, that remains a story to be told of history. Today we're out of recession. Today we're having some level of comfort with respect to the reserve position of the bank. We're seeing also some level of stability, particularly with respect to the pricing of foreign exchange. And demands largely have been met, which were basically some of the teething challenges he had from the emergence, as it were, some years ago. So I think it's a vote of confidence, it's a vote for consistency, and I do hope that some of these will translate into the coming years, should he get the confirmation from the Senate.
Okay. Andy, it's largely green on the trading floor, and everyone can see that on the trading floor. But next Thursday, we're expecting a lot of yellow on your trading floor there, with MTN listing by introduction. I'm sure they're going to bring a lot of yellow to the floor. They'll change the ambience of the trading floor, if not the entire building. Try to make a very big and loud statement on Custom Street that here comes Nigeria's largest telecommunication company listed on Nigerian Stock Exchange. So let's look forward to Thursday next week. Why are you preparing for this, all of you stock traders?
The story of MTN's listing on the bourse has been long in wait. I think it's more like having a prolonged pregnancy. We do look forward to the day of delivery. Now we seem to have an EDG, and I do truly hope that this will translate into a baby coming forth. So we're all looking forward to it with some level of excitement. There's euphoria around the market. There's expectation, great expectation for that matter, that indeed, for once, we'll have MTN on the bourse. And certainly, like you rightly alluded, there will be some change in the dynamics. One of the good things about that listing is the fact that the area of basket available to investors, whether local or foreign, is going to be widened, particularly given the scope MTN is going to command in our market. And so we're all looking forward to everywhere being colored yellow. I do hope that we'll stay yellow all day next week.
Okay, let's leave it there. You talk about the expected due date. This is the expected due time to wrap up the show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You still have the trading floor till 2:30 local time. I am boosting them off. Let's get together again on Monday next week, the 13th, and continue right from where we stopped. I'll see you then.